Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Assalamu alaikum to all the people watching this, the Ansar Allah and those who are yet to become Ansar Allah, inshallah. May Allah bless you and keep you in His gracious protection, inshallah. My username on Hashim Studios is Moonlit Night 14, and this is the story of my acceptance of Al-Yamani. Allah brought the truth of the Yamani to me through my brother. He was referring to a post about Ahmad al-Hassan on Hashim Studios, and I remember how my brother was rather in awe of the situation. Seeing this, I reacted with caution and advised him to make sure he's not a false claim. Alhamdulillah, I am ever grateful to my protector that at that point he kept me safe from feeling scornful of the matter, and he did not let me completely reject it as some people have done, and some people do, for which I would have now been very ashamed. Many days passed, life went on as it was, my exams started up and life became much busier. It was during our exams that my brother came to me, stunned and in shock, saying that we should explore this possibility. I asked him why now, to which he replied, brothers Abdullah and Joseph have accepted him. So now it was serious. We put the books down for an hour and listened to the Hajj sermon. That day was momentous. It was the beginning of the great change. The voice of Al-Yamani, it was strange and capturing, and it held a purpose, a call. I pressed play, and as soon as he started speaking, my brother and I just sat still and listened to his voice. I don't know how to describe the experience. I can say this much. I can swear that that voice is the voice of a God-fearing man. We quietly sat there crying and shaking, because that was the strange influence that voice had on us. And it was afterwards that we managed to snatch a few minutes to watch part 188 of Tads, through which we discovered, to our surprise, the opinion of Sistani. Now this, I have to say, made me smile. It was so typical of an end times shock. It was the ultimate movie twist. Sistani evil. Well, why not? Was it not evil to order the death of a man without telling the reason why? We did his taqleed, and the question revolving around our minds was, why should we kill Ahmad al-Hassan? Where was the proof of his guilt? Surely we deserved to know why a man was now condemned to death. And then I laughed and said to him, well on, this is it. It's either Sistani or Hashim Studios. It can't be both. They can't both be right. Being a fair-minded kid, on emailed Sistani to no reply. Yet. It's been about 3 months, still no reply. Anyway, the next date was our exam. And the previous night had been very difficult, because every few minutes a chemistry topic would be interjected with, well, what do you think? Why does he want to kill him? Oh my god, he might actually be the Yamani. You know, he might be the Yamani, etc. We would jump up spontaneously and demand from the Quran an answer, which we got time and again. Our hearts were changing too. It was as if we were being freed from a deadly suffocation. It was the answer to a hope. What we were working for day and night, we could now see it, the finishing line. And the next day was exam day. When I came home, I rushed to the laptop and watched the next episodes of Tads, which then told me what I really needed. It told me the truth of the man whose taqleed I had been doing all my life, Sistani. And I watched it, and I experienced a very strange sense of freedom. It was not what I would have expected myself to feel, finding out what this man actually was. I was overjoyed, and I was happy. I was actually happy knowing what he really was. And I was so happy that I was happy to the point of tears. All I could do was just gasp and run to my mother, laughing. And she didn't even know at that point why I was laughing. It was just the reaction to a really intense sense of freedom. And I told my brother, obviously. He watched the episodes, and I went to pray my namaz, or salat. And when I finished, I went into sajda, and I cried. And I talked to God, and He listened, of course, because He's very good at listening. And then I took the name of Muhammad, Lady Fatima, 12 Imams, of Abbas, the brother of Hussein, of Lady Zainab and Lady Sakina. I took their names and I just spoke to them, and I cried, and I asked them again and again, look, if this is the right path, and you don't let me know, who will? Who will tell me? How will I ever know? Wouldn't God tell me through you? And then I got up feeling much happier than I'd felt, and I went to my brother and said, well, you've watched the episodes, what do you think? And he shrugs and he says, well, yeah, I've done it. And I said, what? And he says coolly, I've done it, I've pledged allegiance. Well, that was it. I ran out calling him after me to the Quran. He followed and I said to him, bear witness to what I'm doing. And I said to Allah, I want to come, so call me. And I opened it. And this is what the Quran said. Surah Allâh, Ayat 2 and 3. To comply with this is advised whoever believes in Allah in the last day, and whoever is wary of Allah, He shall make a way out for him, and provide for him from whence he does not reckon. And whoever puts his trust in Allah, He will suffice him. Indeed, Allah carries out through His command. Certainly Allah has set a measure for everything. Well, that was it, wasn't it? What more did I want? Angels bearing fruit? Allah was gracious to me at that moment. Then I raised my hand and said to my brother, bear witness that I pledge allegiance to Ahmad al-Hassan, the Yamani. And then we both fell into sajda in front of the worthy and most deserving Allah. Life changed drastically after that. We told our mother, she accepted, mashallah. A few friends believed, others didn't. Allah is ever gracious. He helped us understand and grow in knowledge a lot after that. And here is a sign of His confirmation of the truth. This is a spontaneously opened ayat. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Surely Allah has bought of the believers their persons and their property for this, that they shall have the garden. They fight in Allah's way, so they slay and are slain. A promise which is binding on Him in the Torah and the Injil and the Quran. And who is more faithful to His covenant than Allah? Rejoice therefore in the pledge which you have made, and that is the mighty achievement. Subhanallah. Surely Allah does show His signs to those who search for Him. It was during a particularly harsh and difficult day that I went to my room to pray Maghrib and Isha Salam. During Isha, I went to Sajda and saw a vision. The face of a man with a reddish-brown beard, his eyes shut, his face filled with grief. Slightly shocked, I finished the prayers and went to the Quran. I knew who it was, of course. I also knew why he was sad. But I opened it anyway, and this opened. That is of which Allah gives good news to His servants, to those who believe and do good deeds. Say, I do not ask of you any reward for it, but love of my near relatives. And whoever earns good, we give him more good therein. Surely Allah is forgiving, grateful. Al-Yamani is kind, and very near the people who accept him. Their pain is his pain. The path the Ansar chosen is a very difficult path, and the pain is inflicted by near ones. And so the world does show its true colors on Sirat al-Mustaqim. This is where the wounds are inflicted. But hey, let's not forget, the friends you make along the way after life and beyond, and they are truly God's gift to His people. Every day, from the dawn in which we recite Dua Ahad till night time when we prostrate Namal Shaf, we are all working towards the goal to serve the servant of Allah, Imam Mahdi alayhi salam, in order to serve Allah. And now his Yamani is here. So this is bliss and this is joy. This is the long sought for oasis. The finishing line to a race with good news. So let's work hard. Let's strive for those whose lives are sacrificed. Let's pull up the ones who need help. Let's look to the light of a new dawn. Let's wake up in the morning with the call of Assalamu Alaikum Ya Mahdi with refreshed hope. And let's thank